Hey, I'm excited.
I am too. It's wedding season. It's prom season. It's all the fun. It's going to be sunny. Maybe one of these
Not
days.
today.
I don't
Even
know.
yesterday, but oh my God, Saturday was so...
No, it's Sunday.
What's the Sunday?
It's Sunday. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, because Saturday was another rainy day. It was. I got so excited, and that's why I think we wanted to talk about wedding season and summer season, because it felt like it. It felt like it was coming.
Well, and you know too, we both have daughters.
Yeah.
My daughter, we are
The
prom
buzz.
dress shopping right now. We're like in it,
Yeah.
deep. We got brides coming in, you know,
Calling, coming in. We got
all the stuff.
grooms. Usually the brides push the grooms in.
Yeah.
You know, for at least one thing. But we thought it'd be a good time to talk about not just wedding season, but yeah, you could say to prepare, but how do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so how do you prepare? So like there's so many things. I know that we have like a lot of, you know, a whole little package and things like that we offer brides, because there's so many different ways that we can help brides get ready.
Correct.
But we need to talk about when that needs to start.
That's the biggest thing.
Because sometimes you get brides that call and they're like, my wedding's next weekend, and I want this and that, and it's like, ooh, hold on, we're talking about your skin.
Yeah.
You need some time with this.
Totally. We're talking about, you know, not just your skin, but your face. And that's a great example. We do get that a lot where people will call even next month.
Right.
I don't love.
Okay.
And it's only because if we're going to do things, depending on what we do, there's not a lot we do here, as you know, a bunch of downtime.
Yeah.
But there is, on a cellular level and on other levels, healing and changing takes place.
Good point.
You have to have time to make that happen, or you're just not, A, you won't get the full benefit, or B, as those changes are taking place, you might feel like dehydrated in some areas, and not because what we're trying to generally do with brides, most brides come in and they have what they want. And let's just talk about the face right now.
Okay.
Most brides want what? Even skin tone and texture.
Right.
That takes time.
Yeah.
It just does. Whether it's scarring from acne as when we were younger, even struggling like adult acne, whatever.
Yeah.
But also aging skin, and we're still doing the same. We talked last time about different products you can use.
Right.
And I'm excited about, in the future, we're going to be talking about how to combat aging and at what stage, because, you know, I'm sure everyone's heard there's these Sephora 12-year-olds and the 12-year-olds with anti-aging skincare, like,
so crazy.
Which just kills me. But when to really start and why, and that's really going to be a great show. But this for now, when people are wanting to make a total change, I try to tell them, pretend like that you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
You're not going to call me the month or two before.
Yeah. But some people do it and they don't realize that, like, listen, we all want instant gratification. It's why, you know, our attention span is so low anymore with social media. It's why things sell at the supermarket right in the front.
Yeah.
We want instant, we want that gratification, but we have to realize that it takes time. And I think comparing it to losing weight is a really great example, of, even with our skin.
So I mean, even like weight or working out.
Yeah.
You know, because I know women start on that right away, usually, if that's what they want. And so I like to kind of give an idea. For me, here's an example of what I would love. I would love 6 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That would be ideal.
Okay.
Even, say, you know, now people do kind of have longer engagements.
Yeah, true.
A good year anyway. And so sometimes people even come in, I love those. They got the ring on their finger, or they've talked about getting married next summer, but they're not officially engaged yet.
Yeah.
Those people I love, because what they'll do is they'll come in and say, it's great at your skin because we can do everything. We can do just about everything that you would need to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Come that time, if we have enough time.
If we have enough time.
That's so I would love a 6 month, because I want you to come in. If you say, hey, look, I want to get ready for my wedding, but my skin is just off balance. Either I'm aging, or I struggle a little bit with acne.
Why'd you say to me when you said aging?
Yeah, it just came to my head.
Anyway.
But there's that second time brides or whatever, mother of the brides.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking to brides.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. Bridesmaids, grooms.
Yeah.
The more time I have, the more we can do. And so I usually love a person to come in, and then we customize an entire package. We evaluate your skin. You tell me what bothers you. I look and see what could be a good fix, what would work for you.
Okay.
And it's about getting ready, getting your skin ready, getting your body ready, and we'll talk about that next. But also without breaking the bank, because all my brides are on a budget,
Right.
a huge budget,
Sure.
which is understandable.
But I think that actually is a really good point. So as a bride, you're setting the budget, right? You're setting the budget of the reception and the church and the dress and add skincare.
I say that. Add that part. Add getting ready.
Yeah.
Getting wedding ready should be in there.
Yeah.
Whether it's and I'm not just saying as far as treatments. I'm also talking if you need to join a membership or you join a Pilates class or a gym, something. Budget that. It should be part of your budget. And you know what?
Yeah.
It just should.
Yeah.
And so that way when they come in, again, we understand, and we are affordable skincare. That's what our basis is on. That's what we stand on. But it's still going to cost you money. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
And so depending on what your skin concerns are, we could have people come in and I say, wow, your skin looks great, but you want that even tone, but they're fairly young, late 20s, early 30s. They might just need a series of microdermabrasions. We might also do some teeth whitening, so their smile really pops. And I always tell brides too, the more time we have to prepare your skin, the less makeup you're going to need that day, which you will be grateful for.
Yeah, sure, good point.
It's a long day, and we put so much money into a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And especially with weddings now, less is more. We don't use that heavy makeup anymore, which was easy if you had some things you worried about.
Yeah.
Now we usually, it's more like spray on makeup, very, very light, which is fabulous and looks beautiful. But if you have things you don't love, that's where it can kind of show through, where then you have to go with heavy makeup.
Yeah.
So it's real important to come in so we can customize a package, whether it be with your, we talked about microderm, IPL, which we actually have.
Last week's video.
Last week's video will show you what that entails. But really to combat any browns and reds here in the East Coast, especially in the Philadelphia or tri-state area, we're shore people.
Yeah.
All of us grew up going to the shore, and we still go to the shore with our kids.
That's the beach for the non-tri-state.
Yes, or go to the beach.
We call it the shore.
Yes. And great memories, not awesome on the skin, depending on what your age is.
Right.
I mean, I still can remember my mother telling us all we look better with color.
I'm not gonna lie though, on Sunday when that sun was beaming, I wanted to just
say
be like,
oh God, it's so hard not to.
just hit me, sunshine hit me. But I did put on some SPF and I did allow some sunshine to hit me.
Sure.
But
it's different.
It is different, especially as I'm getting older. So
and I'm glad you brought that up actually, like how you said Sunday with that nice weather. That's another thing. We're gonna not only be working on your skin, we're gonna be telling you what to avoid and not to do, even down to like your diet. There are certain things that I'll talk about with certain clients, depending on what their skin issue is.
Oh, okay.
If that's an issue.
Yeah.
And so, we have so many packages, very affordable, different ways to pay. We do payment plans and layaways and so forth. So, you can always inquire about that. We do that as well. And then you have people who want the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
So if they're like, look, I'm hitting the gym, I'm seeing my personal trainer, but I have some trouble areas or some cellulite because, gosh, nowadays some of these dresses are stunning.
Yeah.
But they fit. They're fitted or they're lower in the back.
They want the fitted look. They want the slits and the low back. They're beautiful.
They're cool. God, I can't imagine. They're stunning. And wear them. But you want to wear it with confidence.
Right.
So if I
when we were getting married,
way.
There was a lot of lace and there was a lot of poof.
We had poofs
everywhere. Yes. I think our generation was more to poof. I think right before us was the lace. Yeah. And I was kind of glad the lace came.
And tulle.
Oh no, my wedding just had a lot of tulle.
Yeah. So did I. Ours was tulle.
Yeah.
They were lace. I think that
we were heavy and puffy and then tulle.
It was like a super fitted, almost
but now
look.
These girls are just wearing stunning dresses that fit them. Because we've learned that clothes that fit you make you look better.
Great.
Yes, they do.
So when you're going through all that, dropping all that kind of money to look great that day and feel great that day, we treat a lot. So we can do everything, we can then add to your package, and when we combine it would be Kavi to help with stubborn areas, whether it's cellulite or just abdominal or bra pinches, anything like that. So if it's a dress that's low back, smooth out that back.
Yeah.
And then with the face, it's also, we have EndyMed Pro, which is phenomenal, but some people just naturally, a lot of what you're dealing with when you age then is the genetics of it all.
Yeah.
You can do everything right, but your genetics, so we work with that.
Okay.
But if that means a little skin tightening so that you don't feel like your neck is drawing attention rather than your eyes, let's go tighten that.
Yeah.
And we treat the décolleté, which is really just kind of like the area that's shown in dresses and V-neck shirts, because that is a big area that gets sun damage. So depending on your age, that's where a lot of people see freckling and so forth. And we're blessed we can just do it all. Arms, hands. And then, like I said, though, I think the most important thing is just to come in. And as soon as the ring gets on your finger, or even if you have that discussion with your loved one and you guys are like, look, we're not engaged now, but we know we'll be getting married summer of 2025. I want to see you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. And that doesn't mean I'm going to have you coming in that week, next week, and start.
We've had quite a few brides that come in for a consultation, which is what we recommend.
Absolutely.
Because everybody is different.
And it's free.
Like, I'm glad we're actually sitting here. So, like, we have the IPLs, we have the microderms, we have hydrofacials, but you're customizing packages for brides based on what they need.
And the timeline.
And then you're like, you know, hey, it's actually, why don't we start in a month or two? Or why
I do that.
You want to see them in 6 months ahead because you might need to start 6 months ahead.
Exactly. And I don't think there's ever a time when they come in for a consultation, even if I'm not going to see them to start their treatments for a couple months, we sit down and I usually tell people that when they're preparing for their consultation, write down or bring in what you're doing. Know what you're doing. And so I might say, okay, here are the products that I would like you to start on now.
So you have them doing at-home things?
Yes. There's not a bride that doesn't.
Yeah.
And that includes from all aspects. If they're talking about their body, if they're talking, we recommend. So we're already on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're on it. And when you come in, it's like a blank canvas for me. Even though you still have whatever's going on, you're working at home with the skincare that you're needing, lightening some of those spots, whether it's using like a bleaching cream or just even an over-the-counter. If you're using something that's good for like a lot of people say that for tone of skin, texture of skin. I might suggest doing a weekly mask up until you see me, and then when you come in, I know what I'm doing, where we're starting, and then we have plenty of time. Because to be honest with you, the only thing I'd want to do up until the week of your wedding, and when I say the week of, would be like, you're getting married Saturday, I would see you on Tuesday, would be in last minute contouring.
Okay.
Whether that be your last one, and teeth whitening.
Okay.
Even then, usually I'd say the 2 weeks before if you want. I mean, it just really depends.
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't want to, I'll see you all the way up until your wedding.
Right.
But I don't want to start. Does that make sense? And that's why people get a little frustrated. Like, well, can't I just go and get a facial? I'm like, yes, absolutely. I would love to do that for you, micro. But it's your wedding. And if I wake up something, or if we're pulling things out, I could do something calming. But I'm not going to do like something deep that could risk if it's someone who breaks out a lot or has skin issues that they're dealing with.
Okay.
That's why I like the time.
So I'm a procrastinator.
Yes.
Let's just say I was getting married in June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hint.
And it's March. Am I SOL?
No, not at all. Not at all. I would say come in right away.
Okay.
And I would look at everything. But instead of you going back for a month, I'm going to start your treatments.
Okay.
Do you get me? And
yeah.
I'm going to start, probably the first treatment's going to be pretty aggressive. In the sense of exfoliation, fine lines, maybe instead of just doing an IPL, we do a super photo, which that also combines a fractional, where there can be a little bit of downtime.
Okay.
And by downtime, I mean you can have some swelling for a couple days. But instead of easing into it the way I would want to, and just see how your skin responds, we'd have to get a little aggressive. That, like, right away.
And we have a little bit of time.
Correct.
It's not ideal.
It's not.
You want 6 months.
Correct.
But I
love
myself.
And if it's someone who doesn't break out a lot, like if you know your skin, you're 30, you know your skin, you know what happens, 3 months is a good amount of time.
It's
a solid,
doable.
it's very doable, especially, but remember, if we're looking at contouring and body treatments, it just the sooner the better.
Especially too because
and like I said, we're not going to have them coming 6 months. That doesn't mean they need it.
Right, they're not coming all the time for just 6
Holy
months.
cow!
You just need
I
to
just
see
need
what
to
we
see it in case we do need to start on certain things.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I see them for the first time 2 months. Well, that's 4 months ahead. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It just depends on what they're dealing with.
Because some people need the whole 6 months of treatments or whatever they need, or they need to change their at-home habits.
Get their at-home habits underway. You know, if they have acne and they're using the wrong stuff. Exactly. Just would love to talk. Let's talk about it. Write down a plan. You'll leave with a plan. I have a plan. I even will schedule you whenever. But even if it's further out, I'm going to schedule you further out.
Yeah.
And then we just check in. They usually always email me or text me, and we just check in, make sure we're on that.
How many treatments do people need? No, you can't really say that because everything's customized. But I'm just thinking like teeth whitening.
Yeah.
Like teeth whitening is one and done for shop for the most part.
Yeah, I will tell people 2. You could do 2.
Okay.
And that would be ideal. And you would do it like a month apart. So,
Gotcha.
do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is ideal. People get worried, like, oh, what if it doesn't? What if it does something in my mouth? Blah blah blah. And I understand that we've never had it, but it can.
Where they look like Ross with the blue white teeth, and then they go and get tanned and.
Yeah. Mercy. And please, that's another thing. Like tanning, just get a spray tan.
Spray tan.
Like 5 days ahead of time.
Yeah.
4 days ahead of time. Do not go the day before. Do not go the day before.
For spray tan.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'll never forget do you remember the first time you gave me a spray tan? True Skin used to do spray tans.
Yeah, we did. That's
God, we're talking years and years.
Oh my god, 15 years ago.
And you're like, why don't you come up for a spray tan?
Yeah.
And I came up and I got my first spray tan I ever had in my entire life. And
That's wild.
I went to Kohl's afterwards. And I remember being in Kohl's and I'm like, oh my god.
I thought you were so dark and jacked.
And then I got home and I was like, I look like I just went through the mud. I just look dark.
Was Snooki around that back then?
Yes.
Because that's what I would always tell people.
No, but also with that specific spray tanning, it would get dark and then it would dissipate. Yeah. So I was like quick, like try to take it off, and then I feel like I ruined it because
exactly
with the spots that I didn't take off were perfect.
Right.
And I could have just left it and not had it.
Yeah, but it's not. Even when you prepare people, though, when you see it, it can be daunting.
First time I ever did it.
It's daunting, and I always tell people too, like, because I'd love for you to come at night. I like you to sleep in it. So I don't want you, they say we don't.
You did tell me that. You're like, I'm just sleeping in it.
That's always because they think it's getting darker. Even when you say it's not, because it does look like it's getting darker.
Yeah.
Or the bronze of it comes out, but that bronze washes.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so bride is spray tanning 5 days ahead of wedding.
I would say 4 or 5 days ahead of time.
Yeah.
And you should prep your body.
Yeah.
So, hopefully wherever you go get your spray tan, they would tell you how to do that to prep before coming in, because you should go in exfoliated without a drop of moisture, deodorant, lotion, or anything on your body.
Okay.
And I always discourage spray tanning in the face. Bad.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you why. Because if you have any uneven skin tone, it will make that darker.
Oh, okay.
And so for me, I'm like, I wouldn't do the face unless you're 20.
Yeah.
I got married when I was 20, so.
Did you spray tan?
I did not. Nor did I regular tan. Even back then, I was paranoid about my face. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But, so, it's not so much, it's funny you said how many treatments, because people ask that all the time. When I see you, when people come in, then I can give you about what I think.
An estimate.
But I do like to put it like this, just so you could be thinking, if people are watching this and looking at their skin. The one thing that really takes time is if they want to soften and even their tone, their texture.
Okay.
That takes time, because that goes on the cellular level. We'll use microderms and fractional to really turn over that and give you that smooth skin, but that takes time.
Yeah.
And that usually takes I always tell people, plan on getting 3 of those done.
The fractional.
Yeah, just plan on if they want the texture.
The texture.
And then the tone.
Yeah.
Also helps, IPL helps with the different skin tones.
Mm-hmm.
And that too, I usually tell people, look, if you really think it's a problem, you plan for a few, because what we'll do is right away they'll come off. But then when they get lighter, you've got to go deeper and they start bothering you more because you saw that they came off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And now it's like hair removal.
Yeah.
And then almost everything's strapless. So
Right.
if you want hair removal on your underarms, I want to see you right away, as soon as
Yeah.
possible. You might as well start now if you're dating someone. I mean, I want that gone.
You're right.
Right though?
Yeah, you're
'Cause,
right.
You know, you're going to need at least a year of that
Yeah.
for hair removal.
Easily.
Not for this, but for hair removal.
Yeah.
But again, we will, in 6 month time, we'd minimize it a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Putting out something that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that will kind of like make sure we treat you right before
Yeah.
your event.
Yeah, keeps
Yeah.
your hair at bay, that
Okay.
it isn't gone. But there's a lot we can do. It's just the way we customize it, and the way I need someone in front of me, write down a plan. And there's been times where I'm like, here would be the perfect situation.
Right.
And then brides have budgets. We completely understand that. So if a bride says to me, okay, that looks great, but this is what I can afford, then I'm going to adjust it so that you can still get really good results, but you aren't going to break your budget.
Yeah.
You know, it's important. It just is. And if that means paying a certain portion, getting that done, seeing where we
I
are.
never even thought of like adding that to the wedding budget.
Yeah.
So as you're budgeting your wedding,
It should always be.
flowers, DJ, skincare, all those things.
All of it.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
And I'm not going to tell you to run out and get super expensive skincare either, right?
No,
Based on what I see, I'm going to tell you what will work, but here's what I want you to start.
Right.
And I mean, we've never had a dissatisfied bride.
Our brides.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Our brides are
They're
so
never
great.
dissatisfied.
And they're very
They're
happy.
always happy.
Yeah.
And I've had brides come in with little envelopes of cash. And it says, self-care, wedding self-care. It's really cute.
Aw, I love that.
I know, me too. And I see that kind of stuff. Like, I think they see a lot of it on TikTok with the little budgeting books that they do.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to.
Well, we talked about
accommodate
that a couple of weeks ago, how skincare is not you're not treating yourself.
It's not a
essential.
luxury.
It's not a luxury. It's
is
essential.
literally self-care. It's like taking your vitamin. Would you think taking a vitamin was treating yourself?
No.
I sure said wouldn't.
No.
You know, going to your doctor, it's the largest organ of our body.
Right.
You got to take care of it. You got to take care of it. And it's the first thing people see, and I don't know, but as we age, especially women, it's such a struggle.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's so important. It's not talked about enough. It does look like it's something through, but it's not. And it doesn't have to be.
Well, and I think a lot of people get overwhelmed, but our last video we talked about
Yes, how to kind of bring that back.
how to bring that
How to
back.
pull back on that. Yes,
for sure.
100%.
So, we talked a lot about brides, wedding season, stuff like that. So, does the same thing ring true for prom season? Like,
Prom season is usually a little different because it's first off, you're dealing with young people. So if
Yeah,
I
the
see
skin's
people,
different.
you
Yeah.
got it. If
Yeah.
I have people come in for prom or senior portraits, whatever, we're usually doing things like a teeth whitening.
Yeah.
And then if it's acne or acne scarring that's bothering them, you know, we say prom, but really you have a lot of seniors that come in because they're going to college. So now they're meeting new people, and the stuff that bothered them, they want to fix. And
Sure.
usually it's an acne or an acne scar.
okay.
And so that can take time. Scarring will take longer
Yeah.
than even acne, depending on what they're doing for the acne in conjunction. If they're working with their dermatologist, you know, that's different. You don't need a long base of time, but if they're scarring, I would like to see the 3 months out.
Okay.
Prom, I don't see as much. So prom, I would see like a nice microderm, like
Okay.
an exfoliating facial.
Yeah.
So their makeup looks wonderful. And teeth whitening. And that usually goes hand in hand with senior portraits.
Yeah.
And I usually tell people if they're getting senior portraits, come in for the micro maybe a week or two
Oh, okay.
prior.
Yeah.
It's just one micro. That's all. You just want a one and done thing.
Yeah.
And then come in for your teeth whitening. You know, if you're getting your picture taken on a Thursday, I would come in the week before, like a Thursday or,
Yeah.
you know, here on Fridays. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it the day before. Because let me tell you why, your teeth are still so porous that full 24 hours.
Oh, true. Okay.
So
Yeah.
if they want to push it, if they're getting them taken on a Friday or Saturday, you do it on a Monday or Tuesday, it's fine.
Gotcha.
But I wouldn't do it right before
Okay.
at all.
No, that's
And really the bottom line to all this, and we have really, Amy's always done such a great job with this, but it's laid out so perfectly on what you're looking for, how we approach it, and certain things we price out. We have a couple packages on here, but I gotta be honest with you, I customize them all.
Well, I was gonna say, this is just mainly our, teeth whitening price,
Yeah.
our individual pricing, but no, you're gonna make them a whole package.
Yeah. It's
like,
gonna be,
yeah.
here's what this is gonna be, here's your cost, and how we can get there,
yeah,
for sure. And we've had, gosh, and even the pictures you see, the brides on here look amazing. And I love it because we have one even who did everything, but even her body contouring was just.
oh, her body contouring is fantastic.
Look at how beautiful that dress fits. It's such a shame. Maybe I'll put a picture of it.
I will. I'll put this, yeah.
Yeah, so people can see it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's great. This thought just came to me. The timeline thing came to me. So I know that alterations for bridal dresses is 3 months before.
Is it really?
Before your wedding.
Yeah.
3 months before your wedding. So that means your wedding dress shopping more than 3 months out.
Like, yeah.
So I would even say to simplify that almost.
Yeah, when you start.
Go out shopping for a dress.
Absolutely.
Make a consultation. You make, these bridal shops.
Especially if it's the bodies, especially if something with the body that you want to change.
Yeah, like just kind of keep that in mind for the timeline too.
Yeah, and we have a lot, I don't think anyone wears anything on the shoulder anymore.
They don't?
No, I don't think. And so it's a lot of this on their bride's dresses, and that's probably really popular. We do a lot of just they didn't like the way it came over a little.
Oh, yeah.
So there's so many treatments we have to do all of that.
Yes.
That it's just so worth it to come in.
Gosh, I had a girl last year get engaged, but that was the exact area that she was just like, I just don't love the way it looks.
Yeah.
And for my engagement pictures, I want my dress to look nice. And
100%.
Fantastic results.
I know. It's so great.
Yeah.
And brides are great anyway because they're so motivated and
excited.
And then they push their men in here.
Yeah.
A lot of men will come in depending, but they usually push their men in here.
They want them to look good too.
Of course, if not for anything, if not just for one thing, they'll do teeth whitening.
Yeah.
But it's funny, in the past couple, actually several years, I've probably had as many mother and father of brides as I had of brides.
Yeah.
Because their weddings, their daughter's wedding's coming up, the pictures, they're going to see extended family they haven't seen in forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I totally get it. You have almost a 21-year-old, I have a 20-year-old, and you start thinking, God forbid, they get married that young. But I'm saying, if it's 5 or 6 years from now, it's not.
No, we're entering that stage.
You got it, and I totally, so I would want to look good too.
Yeah.
And so that's really neat to see.
You're right.
I like that a lot.
We're entering that season of being the mother of the bride. And
correct. So, or groom.
Or groom, sorry.
Yeah, but I still want to look good.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
But really, it's just, people are really taking that into account. And I like it. I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful gift. I know parents help out here and there. And I think it's a wonderful gift as a mother of the bride or mom and dad of the bride to give to their daughter. Come in here, here's a gift certificate towards your package at True Skin.
It's a great idea. I love that.
And I love it because, or then if you start a layaway, you can even put that on your site where people say, hey, what can we do for you? Loved ones.
Yeah.
You're like, you can put money on my layaway.
Oh, that's a great idea too. I love that.
I have a couple of, not even just for brides, but a couple of people who did that. And so for different things, like Mother's Day, they put on their layaways. It's really cute. But there's ways around it, and if it's a budget, there's not a budget we can't work with. We'll figure it out.
I do love that about you too.
Yeah.
About True Skin in general. Like, okay, what is your budget?
Let's work it out.
Let's figure out what you need. What can, we do here and there.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I think it's so important.
I do love that. So.
So that's really it. I'm really excited. If people were to ask me at the end of it all, I would say, if you are a bride or a groom that's come across this, and you're getting married soon, even if we don't know when, if you guys have said, we'll be married within the year or whatever, I would come in as soon as those thoughts start, or as soon as that discussion starts to happen.
Well, listen, even if you just want to be married, you just started dating somebody, we're also, like we talked in the first video, life coaches.
Yes, right? We can help you with all of that.
We can help you get to that point.
But truly, it's really, yeah, we're a one-stop shop. That's how we
are
do it.
one-stop shop.
But I do think it's great when they come in. It's fun. I love it. I love to see after they get married, they bring in their little wedding album. I love it. I do love that. It is awesome. So yeah, I would encourage anybody, if that's the case, come on in. I think in the week or so, we're going to be going around just showing different treatments that we do.
Yeah. Showing
them in action, which I love.
Yeah, I love that too.
And seeing what they do and why I'm choosing to do it on the client. That way they can really see even, and post some of our before and afters.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. So in last week's video was me getting an IPL and a fractional, and Jackie, if you didn't get a chance to watch that one, Jackie's doing an IPL and a fractional, and you're talking through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You and I are talking through it. You're asking me how it's feeling. Mm-hmm. What am I feeling? What's the sensations I'm feeling? And you're talking about right, but you're talking about what's this going to achieve, or what are we doing?
Exactly. What to expect? What can be done? And why
you're doing it. Yeah,
that's so important. And so I'm looking forward to that.
I hope that takes away some of the scare for people.
I know,
because I think a lot of people are like, oh, they look at our board, they look at our brochures, and like, I really want, or they see our before and afters on social media, and they're like, but I'm scared. What does that look like? What does it feel like?
Heck yeah.
Things like that. And that's why we want to share these videos of us doing them.
Exactly.
So you can see, not just the before and after picture, which is great.
No, yeah, and you can see that, but you want to know how they got there.
There's nothing I love more. I know my hair looks a little flat today, but there's nothing I love more than hair tutorials on Instagram.
Yeah.
I want to see
them do makeup tutorials. I could
makeup tutorials. Yeah.
Oh.
But listen, at 40-something years old, high in the 40s.
Yes.
I taught myself how to French braid.
You're kidding.
From
my
social media.
Taught himself how to French braid.
No, it's before social media.
I know, very odd.
Ron just, special.
It's very odd. I don't love it.
No, I'm so excited. At 47 years old, I taught myself how to, or I learned how to French braid. I shouldn't say I taught myself. I learned how to French braid by watching Instagram.
Please.
So people want to see the treatments. They want to see what it looks like. And
you want to see how people are responding. I want to see how people are responding.
Yeah.
That does not look fun.
I know.
And we have a lot. Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll do that next week or the week after. We have 2 really great new procedures coming in, which is just going to be amazing. But we'll do a lot of teasers on that, hoping that will roll out like right around May.
Perfect.
First week of May. So you'll be seeing a lot of that. I'm so excited about those. But yeah, we've got a lot. We got a lot coming up.
We have a lot that we can help you.
And there's a lot
get ready for your big days.
You got it. A ton.
Yeah.
So tune in for next week, and be looking out, on all our social media, talking about the new actual treatments that we're bringing in.
Yeah.
Which is so exciting. We try to do that. Clients always ask us about different things, and it gets in our head, and we listen. But as we get asked about it more and more, we realize, okay, now they must have seen on TikTok. Things spread so quickly.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about that.
Yeah. There's some really great. 2024 is a great year.
Oh my gosh.
And if you're getting married in 2024, well, actually, now you're already behind.
But I was going to say but we need to see you.
We need to see you. If you're married in 2025, definitely get your butts in here.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
That's perfect.
This is great. I love knowing the timeline. I think it's important for our brides to hear that too. So that
I do too. And in our routines, if you have questions, let us know. But even like we were talking about, not just brides, mother of the bride, mother of the groom, father. I've done them all. We've done them all.
And listen, I know that a lot of people don't want to come in for a consultation. Sometimes they just want the answers over the phone or via email. We give a lot of, for sure.
Yeah, but I get it.
I tell people all the time, look, we're going to customize it to you.
It's so customized.
Everybody is so different. Here's a price range
of things
where things are starting and stuff like that. But it's so important, and the consultations are free.
Absolutely.
And I think that's really important to know. A lot of people are surprised by that. It's a free consultation, and we sit down, go over every single thing that you need, and really come up with a great plan. And we work together.
So nice. And one thing to end, I do like to say, clients come in thinking things are such a mess. My face.
On their face.
If there's any budget left over, maybe we could, but maybe I'll wear a Spanx or something. I'm like, whoa, this is like the most superficial stuff.
Right.
you don't even need everything you thought. That's usually because we're our worst critic.
Absolutely.
What ends up happening, and so that's always makes me feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
We got plenty of budget. You are fine. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a great season. But yes, if you are getting married anytime soon, and you don't have to be getting married, you can do it anytime. But
Yeah. No,
get in
this
here,
is
we'll sit down.
yeah,
Yeah, specific.
specific to brides right now because it's
Yeah.
spring and maybe the sun will return one day.
We're hoping.
All right. Thanks, Jack.
Yep. Thanks,
everybody.
everybody. Bye.